And good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Let's Grow Pulling on this Monday, May 22nd. I'm Ryan Zolik. Again, a little shorthanded tonight. Jason Schultz, again, has the night off. Kind of as usual for this Monday night. Noah, his son actually has track regionals, so the WYAA track regionals tonight, and so he is out there supporting his son this evening as another busy week comes upon us as we inch closer to the start of the polling season. A big weekend coming up for the PPL Western Series. That's what we got on tap for you tonight. We'll be talking with Pat Mosley of the Show Me Shootout. That will take place this Friday night. We'll have him followed by Klint Tucker, who is the head of the PPL Western Series, coming up a little bit later, and we'll round out the show tonight with Scott Vivian and the Illini State Pullers and what they got coming up for 2017. I believe they just released their schedule yesterday on Facebook, so we'll get up to date with them. Of course, we want to thank them for being one of our sponsors here on Let's Grow Pulling, along with Hawthorne Tire, Joe Bush Egg Repair, the Country Smokehouse, the official smoke, snack sticks, and jerky of the Beer Money Pulling Team, Fair Valley Performance, the Illinois Tractor Pullers Association, Gordyville, the Midwest Winter Nationals, and the Showdown in Kurtown coming up on June 10th in Ellsworth, Wisconsin. So we got a busy night on tap for you. Hopefully you had a great weekend and a great start to this week, as we'll get Pat here going right away on the line first. Again, Pat Mosley with the Show Me Shootout. Get all up to date with what's going on there. That kind of kicks off the PPL Western Series.
Hello.
Hi, is this Pat?
Yeah.
Hi, Pat. This is Ryan Zolik with the Beer Money Pulling Team. We are live right now, and glad to have you along, and thanks for taking time. I know you probably got a busy week ahead of you here.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do before Friday night, and hopefully the weather's going to cooperate with us, but right now it's not.
Yes, you guys have had quite a bit of rain over the last 3 or 4 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we've had our fair share down here, not as much as they have other places, but when it gets to a certain point, then it's too much.
Yeah, that is for sure. I don't know if were you guys in the area that got hit pretty hard a few weeks ago, or was it kind of all of Missouri?
No, that was a lot of, quite a bit farther south of us that got hit that real hard, but we got our fair share anyway.
Yes. Yeah, we had our fair share of rain up here as well. Not as much as you guys, but it's we got lucky with our event a few weeks ago. It was sunny and in the 80s that week, and in this past weekend we were rainy in 50s and 60s.
Yeah, I went from 80 to 90 degrees down to 40s and 50s. One morning we even had 37 degrees. So
yes.
Don't take too much of that to make things not work right.
That is for sure. Well, why don't we get right into it and let everyone know what you guys coming up. You guys kind of kick off the 2017 season for the PPL Western Series, and you guys have quite a class lineup, and kind of give us a little history of your pull down in Milan there.
This is our second year for the Show Me Shootout. Last year was our first year. We had a first-year track. We started in the spring last year, built a rodeo arena and a pulling track and some other things there. And so this is going to be our second year and everything. Last year we had it like June the 17th, which was a little bit drier at that time. But we have it in conjunction with the Memorial Day weekend Mile and Old Timers reunion. So we're got a show, truck and tractor pull on a Friday night, and we have a rodeo Saturday night and Sunday night, and then the demolition derby on Monday. So we've got a full weekend coming up. Hopefully the weather's going to cooperate. But
yes, we definitely do too, as kind of a big weekend for Missouri for polling as well. Not only with your poll on Friday night, and then the Western Series kind of heads over to Mosley on Saturday. So a busy weekend. Just kind of going to run down the classes for everyone. You got 95 limited pro stock, 85 limited pro stock, the super modified two-wheel drive trucks, the pro modified four-wheel drive trucks, the limited pro diesel trucks, and the lightweight super stock tractor. So you got a little bit of everything for everyone there.
Yes, we do, and hopefully we'll have a good turnout. We had a good turnout of the pullers last year and stuff, and a pretty good turnout on the spectators last year, so we're hoping for a better better show this year and better track if we can get the weather cooperate. And we've had a lot of good sponsors this year to help us out with it and stuff. So hopefully everything's going to work out.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's always, I think, tough that first year, especially when you build a new track and try and get that nice and settled, for the pullers. So that's always probably the challenge for year number one, I would imagine.
Yes. Yeah, last year we had a pretty dry track. Whenever we got ready to do it on it, we tried to put a lot of water onto it there that day and the week before that, but it was just hot and dry. And this year we're just to turn around completely. We got too much water and no sunshine to dry it out. So hopefully things are going to change here in a day or two and let us get with it.
Yeah, I know right before our event a couple weeks ago, Motorsports Mayhem, we were pretty wet leading up, and then we had a nice little 2 or 3 day run there, and we actually ended up we did end up actually being almost too dry, and a couple nights before we were pumping out water in the fairgrounds. So hopefully...
Yes, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, things can change.
Mother Nature can change overnight, and you never know what it's going to deal to you.
Yeah, that is for sure. Let's see. Jason is on. Just reading over some of the comments right now. Yeah, Jason is on vacation again. He always gets picked on when he's not here for his show. That everyone just picks on him when he goes on vacation. So, and correction. It's 8,500 limited pro stock, which is kind of similar to up here. It'd be like a 466 hot farm class, if I'm not mistaken. For us up in the northern part and down there, it's 85 limited pro stock, which is 466 tractors.
Yeah, the 466 with the 95 limited pros is the 640 cubic inch limit on them with 4.1 turbos. So they're both good classes. We have a big turnout in both of them, and the lightweight supers last year we had like 8 or 10 of them last year, and we got that many this year coming. We got 2 tractors coming clear from Alabama if the weather cooperates with us.
Yeah, I believe you might be having some from Wisconsin as well to kind of get because of new setups as well. So if I heard correctly, I believe some from up here in the northern part might even actually be making the sweep along Missouri this weekend just to kind of get bugs straightened out before they start their point season. So I think you're going to have quite a bit of good number in that lightweight super stock class, which is always a fun class to watch. Yes,
it is. It's a pretty good class to watch. You never know what's going to happen in that class, but everything, when they do run good, they do run good. So, and this year we've added the 2-wheel drives and the Pro Mod 4-wheel drives. So, and then the Pro Diesel trucks always put on a good show too. So, hopefully everything's going to turn out and the spectators will have a good show.
Yeah. So, will this be on one track, or do you guys have 2?
We have 2 tracks down here, and so everything, moves right along. I think last year we had about a 3.5, 4-hour show, so I'm hoping we can run everything through there that way this time too. So, but time will tell, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think with the Klint Tucker crew, and you got some of the best track crew that you'll have right there, and whatever type of weather, he'll make a good track for you guys, and he'll make sure that show runs fast and smooth for everyone, especially with. You're going to have big numbers in that limited pro and the 85 limited pro, both pro stock classes there, and expecting big numbers in the other classes as well. So general admission, just to go over that, is $20, and kids 5 and under are free. This is at the Sullivan County Expo Center in Milan, Missouri, starting at 7 o'clock, and the gates will open at 4 o'clock for anyone going to be down in that area. This definitely looks like a great way to kick off Memorial Day weekend.
Yep, so hopefully we'll have a good show, and then, like I said, they'll be able to go on to Moberly on the second night and have the same classes down there, and so if they don't make it here, well, they'll make it down there, and hopefully have a good weekend. Yeah, no, hopefully the weather cooperates so we can get in both polls for, the start of the Western Series and the PPL Western Series, and especially with I think this is kind of anticipation from the winter season, and kind of gets everyone excited for the summer pulling season, and couldn't think of a better way to start out with, let's say we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 great classes with the Western Series. We're going to have Klint Tucker coming on after you to kind of talk about their upcoming season as well. I know they're excited to be at the Show Me Shootout this year
with you guys and hopefully bring in a great show. And any major sponsors you want to thank right now? Maybe the people other people that help put on this show for you.
We've got several sponsors coming. It's pretty hard to go back and name them all.
Sure.
But some of the guys that do work on some of these tractors have done sponsorships for us, and then we've got some other places that do a lot of good sponsors, and so we'll have it all up on the boards there that night, for them and stuff on the electronic board. So we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Jason will be coming down for the weekend as well. I think he'll be doing some announcing and helping Klint as well, so he's really excited. Unfortunately, with my work schedule, just can't make it down that far on this weekend, but if I could, I would love to come down, with that lineup and two nights of great pulling down between you guys and over in Mosley, and so hopefully everything will work out for everyone. The Show Me Shootout. I know Jason has a Facebook event page for you. You can find all the information as well on the Pro Pulling League website. Starting at 7 o'clock this Friday night at the Sullivan County Expo Center in Milan, Missouri. Again, the classes are 95 Limited Pro Stock, 85 Limited Pro Stock, the Super Modified 2-wheel drive trucks, the Pro Modified 4-wheel drive trucks, the Limited Pro Diesel trucks, and the Lightweight Super Stock tractors as they kick off the 2017 season for the PPL Western Series, 7 o'clock sharp, again down in Milan, Missouri. Pat, anything else you'd like to add? We really do appreciate you coming on, and we want to try and get as many people down that's possible. If you're going to be in the Milan, Missouri area, or if you're within the 100 or 200 miles, this is definitely an event to check out.
I think we'll have a good show for everybody, and hope everybody can make their way out to see it and everything. And like I said, hopefully we can get the weather to cooperate and make everything go good. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely, and I think you have definitely one of the best in the business with getting that track prep, and hopefully Mother Nature will definitely kind of be kind to you guys over the next couple days, help you kind of dry out, and get with the pit. What type of pit area do you have for people maybe that haven't been to the event? Or
we have a grass pit area and stuff.
Sure.
And like I said, it was seeded from last year and stuff, so we've got a pretty good grass cover on it, and hopefully we can get everybody in there and park in good shape and back out and put on a good show for the crowd. So I guess we'll find out.
No, I think anyone that does come Friday night, they're going to be in for one great show. I got to see some or most of these tractors down in over in Lincoln for their winter pull, and the machinery that you guys have in that part of the country is top notch in the Western Series, and I know you're going to be getting adding a few other tractors from across the country as well, which is always great mix in and kind of get some great competition from across the country. So we really couldn't ask for a better night of pulling.
Right. Yep, it'll be a good show, and I think the crowd will really enjoy it. People who like the gas and the alcohol tractors and trucks and stuff will really enjoy this pull, because there's a lot of good iron out there, and they'll get you a good show.
Yeah, no, that is for sure. So, hey, Pat, we want to thank you for giving some time tonight, and I know you're going to be busy over the upcoming weeks. You'll probably get plenty of phone calls from pullers and fans. With the weather being what it is, but I really do hope that you guys will be able to get it in, and if you do, it's going to be one hell of a show. So again, if you're going to be down in the Milan, Missouri area or just close by, this is where you want to be this coming up Friday night, 7 o'clock, again at the Sullivan County Expo Center, Milan, Missouri. 6th grade Western Series classes. It's $20 general admission, kids 5 and under free, 7 o'clock sharp, and the gates will open at 4 o'clock. So, Pat, again, thanks for taking some time tonight, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and upcoming week.
Okay, thank you very much, Ryan. I might add to you.
Sure. Yeah.
If anybody needs a phone number there, they can call 660-265-5683. or they can call my cell phone's 660-265-5923 for information.
Yeah, absolutely. Jason's been sharing the flyer with the phone numbers as well. So, any questions, give Pat and the gang a call, and they'll be more than glad to answer your questions, especially if you're new to the pole or first time coming down, or maybe first time poler that'll be coming down to the pole. If you have any questions, definitely give them a call.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Thanks, Pat. That's Pat Mosley with the Show Me Shootout coming up this Friday night with the PPL Western Series. They will be kicking off the 2017 season for the PPL Western Series. Again, 6 great classes. We'll just run them down real quickly. We'll have Klint Tucker coming up just a little bit shortly. So if you have any questions, we're going to be going over the 2017 Western Series schedule and some big news. A lot of big news over the offseason with the PPL Western Series as well. So we'll be going and chatting with him about that. So again, the Show Me Shootout, they'll have 95 limited pro stock. That's your 640 4.1 limited pro stock tractors. There'll be a big turnout for them. You got your 85 limited pro stocks, which is your 466 tractors. They run a 3x4 charger, and they also run the 24.5 tires. Very similar to our hot farm tractors here in Wisconsin. Then super modified two-wheel drive trucks, the Pro Mod four-wheel drive trucks, limited pro diesel trucks, that's your 3.0 turbo diesel trucks, and the lightweight super stock tractors. So just a great show on tap coming up this Friday night. That is in Milan, Missouri at the Sullivan County Expo Center. And again, coming up a little bit shortly here, just got word Klint needed a few more minutes, so we'll kind of kill some time. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. We got a chance as the Beer Money Pulling team to go over to the John Stranley and his wife cancer benefit on Saturday, and what a turnout there. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the Badger State show. So stay tuned. We'll be flipping over to the Badger State tractor pulling page after this, and we'll be talking to Mark Tomford as we'll talk about limited pro diesel trucks and the addiction. He was runner-up last year on the Badger State tractor pulling circuit, and a really sharp-looking first-generation Dodge with a Hazley-powered Cummins. So he will be our guest tonight on the Badger State tractor pulling show that follows Let's Grow Pulling. So coming up shortly, we'll have Klint Tucker coming on. So let us know if you have any plans for pulling this weekend, where you're going to be at. Maybe you're going down to Missouri. Maybe you I know some local pulls here in Wisconsin. We had the Spring Fling over in Sauk City, Wisconsin this weekend. Part of the Sauk Prairie FFA. They put on that pull every Memorial Day weekend. So Friday night, they will have more of a farm pull for local pullers, and they'll also have a few PI pulling classes. And Saturday will be the PI Pullers Incorporated show. That's coming up over in Prairie du Sac, underneath the water tower in the industrial park. And so yes, we should have asked Pat and Bryce if I think Bryce might. I'm not for sure if the pictures, were telling there, but yeah. So a great weekend of pulling up coming up here. Kind of kicks off the 2017 outdoor season. I know last weekend great shows over for the Pine Tops 300 on the NTPA circuit. They had some great. Looks like they had some great crowds over there. Down in Georgetown, Kentucky, our friends with the Pulling Radio Network were live streaming down there. Looks like they also had a very excellent show. So last weekend was also a great weekend for pulling. Again, as I mentioned, just a great turnout for John Stranley and his family. Could support his wife, who's battling cancer once again. The Badger State Tractor Pullers came out in numbers. They filled Norris Tavern to the brink. So just great support there. Yeah, so that's kind of in your neck of the woods with Just Another Buck pulling team. They have a really great looking John Deere there. He pulls with the Western Series, and I got a chance to see them over in Lincoln. And Yeah, so not for sure what my plans for the weekend are just yet. Depending on the weather, of course. Maybe get a few people. Might do a little road trip down to Mosley on Saturday, as Friday just can't get off work to make it down to Milan, which would be a great way to kick off the weekend. So again, the Show Me Shootout. We had the poster on the screen right now, just to the right of me. And you can see the rundown of classes. So great show. And of course, over in Mosley, that will be Saturday night. That will be at the Randolph County Raceway. They'll have the Pro Mod 4-wheel drive trucks, the Super Modified 2-wheel drive trucks, 95 Limited Pro Stock tractors, 85 Limited Pro Stock tractors, and the lightweight Super Stocks. So basically, will be kind of a turnaround event for most of the pullers, except for the diesel trucks. So it'll be a nice little sweep to start off the Western Series down in Missouri. And they'll also be in Missouri a couple weeks later in Mexico, Missouri, with the Young Farmers truck and tractor pull. We'll get all into this. That's all coming up next with Klint Tucker here. And let's see here. So we'll see if he's ready now. Let's see if that 5 minutes have gone up, and yes, let's hope the weather, not only for pulling, but of course for the farmers all across the country. It's just been kind of a very wet spring. I know the really deep south got hit pretty hard over the weekend as well. They were talking about that. If you're down in the Louisiana, Alabama, all the way over to North Carolina, they kind of got hit pretty hard with rain over the weekend. We were pretty cloudy and rainy as well on Saturday. Not too bad yesterday. And today kind of turned out we had some sunshine, a little bit of rain. Not too bad. We are in the mid-60s right now here in Richland, Sutter, Wisconsin, the Beer Money Pulling Team headquarters. So we'll give Klint Tucker here a call. He is the head of the Western Series and, of course, mastermind behind Gordyville and the Midwest Winter Nationals. Never short on words. So make sure to share this with all your friends if you want to know a little bit more about the Western Series.
Hello.
Did I give you enough time?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay, good. So we got a chance to talk with Pat, and I know you've probably been pretty busy this last month leading up to this week, and probably never a dull moment for you, though.
Yeah. It always seems like a fantastic idea in October to schedule a track pull in May. But when May comes around and yeah, and Mother Nature throws us the curveball she gave us the last 3 weeks, it seems kind of like a bad idea. But I just talking to my pullers and talking to the head office, they emailed me a list today of guys that have pre-committed to run points in the Western Series, and it's the biggest list we've ever had. And I talked to a lot of guys last weekend. We had some issues with some fuel and then the availability of it and whatnot, and talked to a lot of guys. It sounds like most of the tractors are going to be there. I mean, I think unfortunately now it's going to be they cannot get in the field, so they might as well go tractor pulling.
Yes. I know that's going to be probably the early pulls might be hurting, with especially if you're out there trying to get your crops in and haying done these first couple weeks. It's all, I think, pretty much most of the Midwest has been dealing with.
Yeah. And
of course, Missouri, I think, has taken most of the brunt, the way, and especially Southern Illinois, and kind of go through there.
Yeah, we've got some of our competitors that live in southern Missouri there, and it was unbelievable. Some of the pictures we saw was right in their neck of the woods. So feel for the guys and really appreciate them. They did their homework. A lot of them got their motors together, and we're expecting a big show. And we're not only going to have a lot of the Western Series vehicles. We're going to have some guests from all over the country.
Yes.
From what I'm hearing, hopefully everything falls together. We're expecting a dozen to 15 in every class, and of course the 85 Limited Pro and the 401 class. Lord only knows how many guys will make it there. We love love them all.
That's a toss-up, so.
Yeah.
Well, you know where it's going to be. You just don't know how high it's going to go.
Yeah. Those guys got a great facility. It's brand new, second year. Last year we did it there the night before Fayette. They wanted to go a little earlier. They're in their town celebration, and we're risking it and trying it. Hopefully, Mother Nature will at least let us get the show in, at a decent time there on Friday nights. The crowd will come out, and hopefully we can pull it off. I know Brandon and I have been trying to roll things back and forth to what what to expect and what we might be forgetting when it comes to doing stuff in the mud, but we'll do our best.
Well, like I was telling Pat, right before Mayhem, we were pumping water out, and then we ended up being too dry. So,
yeah.
Of course, the forecast isn't looking like sunny and 80 though, like it was a couple of weeks ago. So,
yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, I looked at the forecast 2 days ago, and it said 75 to 80 both days, and no chance of rain. I thought, oh my gracious, we're gonna get lucky. I was talking to Jason Hill, our points champion in diesel pickups last night on the phone, and he said, no, they brought it in now. And I was like, oh, great. I said, hate to have anything easy. Let's, let's have a thundercloud follow us around all weekend. But we'll do our best, try to get them both in. We want the guys that's coming from a long way to, if they're going to make it out here, we'll try our best to get those shows in.
Yeah, because I believe with the light supers, still getting a few from Wisconsin coming down for that. Is that, or have you heard anything?
I've kind of heard a little bit like that. Talked to Spiegelberg. He's got that new one, and I told him it'd be a good spring training run. Get some really good tractors on some good tracks to kind of get his teeth cut on that new super before he goes up Toma. So
yeah, we got to see him. He was down at Richland Center, but unfortunately the track was really dry, and everyone was having a hard time hooking up, unfortunately. But sure. They did get it down the track for the first time, I believe. So that was their first run. But yeah, it was just more of just to see if it's going to run down the track, and it wasn't the best conditions, but they did get it down the track.
I can almost promise everybody shows up this weekend in Milan. I bet it won't be dusty.
Yeah. No.
Hard. It won't be hard or dusty.
Yeah, so hopefully, but, I'm sure the first weekend, everyone's anxious to get out. So, especially with having those back-to-back hooks, that definitely makes it more worth the trip for those pullers, right. And just about every class besides the diesel trucks there. So,
right, yeah, we're supposed to be getting a few trucks from the east and a few trucks from the south too, coming up and visiting us this weekend, and like I said, lots of 4-1s and super stocks. In fact, I talked to Ernie Connor the other night, and they might actually have Boxer's diesel super together. And he wants to go out and make a couple test passes and get it, kind of get it in shape, because in a couple weeks we pull Mexico, Missouri. We actually got the diesel supers there. It's a new class for us on the Western Series. We got a pretty firm commitment from Brian Schrammick, 2 tractors, Mark Ulmer, a couple tractors, and Kevin Schreier, David Anderson. Several guys are trying to, support this. We've never, this is new to PPL, in the Midwest Series, as we never had a diesel super class. So, these guys came to us. We liked what we had to hear from them, and Brandon and I decided we'd try it. And John and Chrissy got behind us 100%, and they've really financially backed this class. And I hope this works out for us, because it's been a nice addition to the 24 5-tire smoker classes that we got plenty of. I got a fat tire class of blowing smoke in the air, and they're really, really good ones. We may not have the quantity, but we got the quality.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And I think that'll entice, it'll be a little bit even something different that people, you really don't get to see those diesel supers too often unless you're pretty close either on the Grand National circuit or if you're close enough to any of the outlaw polls. And so it's always a fun class to watch, and you're going to get a great show with those names that you just listed off there.
Right. Well, it's been a long time since they're in Missouri. Been several years since, you got a good quality show of diesel supers, and hopefully we can throw that together for them this year a couple times, and then it'll grow. And some of the diesel guys are even thinking about trying to strip some weight off and get down to our light class, trying to mix it up with the alcohol burners, which That'll be interesting.
Yes, it would.
Try our best to put on a show for the promoters because this is our biggest schedule we've ever had. We've got some new events there in Missouri, and we're looking forward to it. I mean, it seems like we just got down in Lincoln the Winter Series a week ago, but I guess it was almost 2 months ago. But between all the farming and refarming we've all had to do, time flies. But I think we're ready. Brandon and I will hopefully be ready to put on the show that people of Milan deserve this weekend.
Yeah, that's for sure. You definitely didn't leave too much room. While we're looking at the beginning of your schedule here on the ProPolling.com, like you mentioned, and like we just talked with Pat Mosley. This coming up in Milan, Missouri, the Show Me Shootout, and of course over in Mobley at the Randolph County Raceway. 2 big shows to start off your season. Then you get a weekend off there, and then you're right back at it in Mexico. And then the following weekend you're in Fayette, Missouri, and then you head over to Dillard, Nebraska. And then the next night back in Mound City, which is always a huge show for you guys.
Yeah, Chris Wagle and all the firemen there in Mound City, they have a nice mix of Champions Tour classes. We brought the mini rods out there. There's no group out there that has a full set of blown mini rods like, NTPA and PPL's got. That's about as far west as you can see them unless you get to California.
Yes.
Where a bunch of them live.
Yes.
But great, just the whole month of June is just full of great events, and hopefully Mother Nature leaves us alone. We can get them all in because we worked really hard on our June schedule. We really wish we could have got that first week of June filled in with something, but a couple of towns looking at it for next year, and I'm sure we'll get it filled in to where we're running every weekend in June. So I just prefer we run really hard June and July and give the guys some weekends off in August, and then come roaring back in September for a couple weekends, and then call it a year. And talking to some of the pullers, they kind of prefer that too, because some of the guys that run with us, they like to go to they like to go to the Bowling Greens and the Shides and stuff like that. So we kind of honor those weekends and let those guys do that. I'm a pulling fan too. I like going to Shides watching as well.
Probably, unfortunately, though, they probably put you to work sometimes.
Yeah, I kind of hide from Johnny.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. So same as Hillsborough, right? You probably try to hide as much as possible around there.
But yeah, the pole we got on Saturday night's brand new in there in Moberly, and it's at a really fancy, nice speedway there, right along the highway there on the just on the east side of town, and really like to invite everybody out to that one. They had a puller last year and had a huge crowd, and I hope everybody out there comes back. They were short on vehicles last year with the local club. Now we're in there with the local club, and they're going to help us out, and hopefully we help them out. And we're going to do a lot of work this year at the Excalibur group. They're outside of the St. Louis perimeter on the west side. A good bunch of guys, got good friends over there, and we're looking forward to kind of an official partnership with them on a few shows, and looking forward to it. It's going to be a new experience, and of course, once again, they got about a dozen 85 limited pros. So you take our 2 dozen and their dozen, doesn't take long to get pretty big class of them guys, and they all take it pretty serious. I found out this weekend they take it real serious, and they can't get the fuel they're supposed to get.
Yes, I seen that on Facebook there. Yes, that was that turned into a pretty big topic. Probably not something that you thought that was going to turn over, and then it just really exploded there, didn't it?
Yeah, well, we did what we thought was best for the time being, and we'll keep working with VP, and one of these days we'll have diesel fuel there. Everybody wants to run throughout the country.
We do have a question here. If with the new events that you're talking about, was any in Iowa? Also in Iowa, I know you're there a few times throughout the summer, but any other polls in Iowa you're looking at possibly?
Yeah, we have a new one in Atlantic there in the end of July. We lost one in Corydon and couldn't quite fit them in our schedule because they wanted to have a poll during their fair. Couldn't quite do that one, and then we picked up Atlantic. It's the night after. I think it's the night after Wayne.
Yes, that's
Council Bluffs
on the
Wayne,
29th
back
there.
down to Atlantic. Yeah.
You're kind
of, and then we picked up Sturgeon, Missouri. It's the night after. It's the Labor Day weekend, the night after Bethany. Bethany's a really historic event. Was really honored to be there last year with a couple classes. This year they booked a little bigger show with us, and then we'll go from there down to Sturgeon, and one of our mechanics that helps a lot of the full-on tractors. He's kind of the promoter there, and he's having a pretty big pull right off the get-go, and we're excited to be there on Labor Day weekend. But then we'll, of course, like always, we finish up some of our stuff at Unionville, and some of our guys go down there to Wheatland on Friday night. So we're going to be from the end of May to the middle of September this year. It's going to be a long summer for some of these guys.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I was looking. I have been looking at my schedule too, just between Badger State and hitting some of the. I think I had a couple Western Series events over the summer. I think I'm going to squeeze over to Independence now and make the trip over to Worthington that week of Hillsborough. So that'll
Sure.
be fun, and that'll be the farthest north you guys have ever been. Is that correct?
Yeah, the Mountain Boys.
For the Mountain.
Yeah, that's where they live, and they chase us all over the country down south, and they wanted to know if we'd be interested in going up north. And I was like, what the heck? A lot of these guys, they'll shoot up there on Wednesday, then we'll carry it over to Don's Pool at Hillsborough for Friday afternoon, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. So I said, let's try it, and so far, a couple guys grumbled about how far it is up there, but I said, hey, you know what? They come to your hometown pool, and they didn't grumble when they got down here. Those guys, they're good at traveling.
Oh, yeah, they'll travel anywhere.
In case they get stranded, they'll make it.
Well, they're all the way over in western Minnesota, and they drove all the way over to eastern Wisconsin for a Badger State poll last year. So I think that's probably at least 500 miles, if not more. So just one way. So they're not afraid.
You'll never hear those two boys complain about too many poles.
No.
Ever. Because if they're not hooking with me, they'll be hooking for somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
I think they'd pull for expired Domino's coupons somewhere if there was a sled track. They wouldn't care. They're good competitors, and they're top-notch guys, and always got a smile on their face. Never had nothing derogatory to say about anybody, and they're good competitors, and we look forward to working with them every night. They're pretty good guys.
Yeah, they definitely come a long way since when they first started, though. Too, I remember. So they've come a long ways, and they're always near the top now.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. So we talked about the diesel supers and your little fuel thing you had going on there, and anything else coming up big for the PPL Western Series this year? How many hooks again? Do you know off the top of your head how many you have throughout the summer?
Oh, I don't have that sheet in front of me.
I'm just scrolling through. It's a pretty big scroll this year compared to the last couple of years. So
yeah, I think we've doubled from.
Yeah, I would say at least
started out with. Yeah, and we're just about out. We're about out capacity. I think nobody's yelling for more. We'd like to get the Pro Farm tractors a few more hooks, and something else I forgot to mention, and we started a 2.6 diesel truck class this year at Western Series, and Brandon Holcomb and myself. Brandon kind of did most of it, but Brandon and the head office there, they kind of worked on a good set of rules and trying to get it streamlined where the rules are the same all over the country, which, it's rough in tractor pulling, and let alone diesel truck pulling, to get everybody on the same page, because, tractor pullers know what they should do. They just don't want to do it. Truck guys just don't know. They have little pockets they pull in all over the country, and they just do things a little bit different. And Jonathan's done a really good job of, and Brandon working together and getting these rules kind of from Ohio to out here in the middle of the Midwest, kind of all on the same page. And hopefully nobody goes in there and tries to mess it up with a different style of turbo or a box turbo of some kind. Just leave it 2.6 smooth bore. Take the duals off of them. I think they need to work towards eventually kind of have a length limit of the trucks, shorten them up a little bit. But I think they'll. I think we all stay on the same page. This truck class could be, a good 700-800 horsepower truck class. These guys can get them out there and run all over the country, not have them tore up, every night. And a lot of young guys got them out west, and look forward to working with those guys. They've come to several meetings, have been top-notch to work with, very informative because, the cool thing about diesel pickups is lots of shops work on them versus, the shops that work on the high-end Pro Stocks, 4.1s, Light Pros, again, kind of smaller. You kind of know who builds what. Not many guys take that task on their own and build it out the back of their shed. They go through somebody. But diesel truck kids they're a fun bunch to work with, and they're do a lot of hands-on stuff themselves. And to be honest, they're nice to visit with because of their knowledge on on the trucks and how they set them up and whatnot. So, and I didn't come from that era, and these kids are all 10 years, 15 years younger than I am. We learn something every weekend, about the trucks and how they perform, and I think it's going to be a good relationship, and it's a way to get young guys in the game, and that's what we need. And I hope everybody kind of looks at what PPL's done with this 2.6 smoothbore class and picks it up for their home fair. I know the State Club in Illinois, I think they picked it up too, and I think the rules are real similar to ours. I hope they are, because like I said, Jonathan and Brandon did a great job on them rules. I think they're going to work, and I don't see any reason why they wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not going to be short on numbers, and of course they're going to bring a big crowd with them. Each one of them will have all their buddies, and it probably as any family members that could possibly come if they know that they're pulling their truck. So that doesn't that always helps on the crowd aspect as well when you throw in those, especially you're going to have more of a local flair there with those smaller diesel pickups. Right.
Well, and it's a hard thing to crack too, because you want to get the local guys involved with their trucks, but also they're getting so much horsepower out of these things. You got to implement all the safety equipment and all this this stuff, and there's a fine line. A lot of these guys, you've been in these truck pulls that Jason has up there. I mean, there's a lot of 1,000 horsepower trucks that come off the street. Well, you got to be careful when you're hooking in things.
Yes. Driving down the road, it's a whole different story versus hooking up to a sled. And
right, exactly. You get them in a confined space and tying them down. Those U-bolts, those U-joints and those U-joint caps, they fly a long way. I've seen them. I've been hit by them. They hurt.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, looking forward to working with those guys. They're new. The Diesel Supers are new. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep a points fund up for our Pro Stock gas pickups. Those guys chose to go pull different groups last summer, so we kind of put them on the shelf for a while. And we're going to try to work on something new every year. Brandon and I, and we're going to work with a group of we call Superfield tractors, 3LM style tractors, kind of a unique class for out there for us. I can't really call it a starter class because these guys still going to spend $50,000 on these tractors, but more of an entry level class. We're going to have it a few places this year, kind of on display. Brand and I need to start calling around and see what fairs got a little money left. I know for sure they're going to be at Bethany. I was hoping we can run them up in Atlantic and maybe a couple places in Iowa, because I know that's kind of their native land up in there. So we're going to run those guys a few places, and that's another deal where these tractors are, they're called 100 different names. Too hot to farm, hot farm, pro farm, farm stock, which that's a terrible name.
Yeah.
But,
yes.
A lot of people call that.
20 miles an hour.
Yeah. We call them super fields because we expect these tractors to have 700-800 horse. Nebraska Bush has got a class similar to it, except they run a P pump where on all tractors where you can run either pump, and there's RPMs that factor in, and typical one of those things like we run it for Gordyville, trying to blend tractors from all over the Midwest to run in this and make it fair. We're going to have that introduce that this year. We're going to push a little harder next year for some of the smaller pulls and need a little cheaper classes to start out their night. That's a really good option. And then we've talked about trying to get the Light Pros resurrected again. Talking to some engine builders. I think the Light Pros are coming out west. Might be 3 or 4 of them alive next year. Definitely an exciting class. Badger State picked it up.
Yes,
and
it's only going to grow. I know we're going to be between
yeah.
6 and 8 on. I think on the small night, and could be upwards of between 10 and 15 on those good nights where there's an open
sure.
date for all the different organizations
sure.
around us. So that's become, I think, one of my favorite classes since seeing them last year when we picked them up here on the Badger State circuit. So it's the wheel speed and the lightweight. I mean, they put on a great pass.
Yeah, well, I've talked to 2 or 3 guys, and they want to build the tractors. They just didn't know they don't want to build one with no hooks and that chicken and egg syndrome. And right now we're not all the Light Pros, and I guess I should have started beginning the program here. Any Light Pros that's sitting out there, you're more welcome to come out and pull with us in our 9,500 limited pro class 54 You can weigh straight up 9,500 pounds with them. Justin Hopkins from Iowa, he comes and pulls with us quite a bit. He's very competitive. There was always a dirty rumor when we first started letting them do that. All the little motors and big turbos can't run with these guys. Well, they've got a lot better than they can.
Yeah,
so
I think
good competition.
Yeah, nope. I mean, especially out west, you didn't really see them. They were more of an eastern class, and,
sure.
and now that I mean, you had the class for quite a while, I think, at Gordyville now, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we've had them. Since day one, we've had a version of them. We started off with the Forester version, and I give Foresters and David Street and Trapper Eaton and Stuart Reed and all the Crazy Williams boys. I give them full credit getting that started here, because we drugged them into Gordyville, and they come, unbelievably from Pennsylvania and Virginia to pull in a little barn there and made that sound inside, and everybody's like, what was that? And 13 years later, there are Light Pro classes all over the Midwest and growing, and I'm glad those guys come out and showed us what they had, because that's what it's turned into. And that was the very first time they've ever was this far out west.
Yep.
And I think we're going to try to push that class as hard as we can push it, get it started out west, and then of course we always get a few calls to try to get the light limited class going, which that's
a whole nother animal. Huh?
That might be a little much for me to just try next year, but we'll see how it works for Badger State this year, and see how it works at Gordyville in the wintertime, and see how ambitious me and Brandon are attacking that deal, because it sure seems like there's, for as few tractors as they are out west, there's an awful lot of opinions how we ought to write the rules. So that might be a little difficult to get that done by this time next year, but never can tell. We'll walk them to our banquet and we'll see what they got to say.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to that combo class for Badger State. I'm really glad that they finally worked something out. At least give it a test run this year, and
sure.
It's going to be more of a driver's game, and definitely how the track plays out, and hopefully it'll be a great show, and I know the fans are really going to like it, and kind of brings back that nostalgia between the Diesel and the Elkies. So, well, and
then the thing that we, because we asked a lot of questions and talked to a lot of people after Gordyville, and the fans, they didn't, talking to the ones they didn't like the way we had the light limit set up this year at Gordyville. Basically, it was all the alcohols on one, pulling early and all the diesels at the end, and that was more puller friendly. That's what the pullers wanted. But in reality, we work for the fans. They buy the tickets, and we're going to try to do our best and learn from Badger State and see how this works for you guys. If you need to tweak it, we'll probably be right behind you, and we'll tweak ours as well and try to make that work. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it is alcohol versus diesel. Unfortunately, it failed at the heavy level with the real super stocks. It failed. I'm almost positive if clearer heads prevailed, you can put that back together now. In some way. I'm sure you couldn't put Cheez-Ix rides and get a load of this and that against the diesels,
no.
Night in, night out. But, if you had some good diesels versus the horsepower like it's in the light alcohol superclass, I think that would be a good blend.
Yeah,
and,
hopefully you'll get to see that a few times with the heavy diesels that maybe will try and drop down a few pounds and run with those light supers. So I think that's a good combo.
Sure.
Where right a good level for the Alkies and where the diesels are. I think that would be a great show right there.
Right. Well, I thought for several years, as long as the cubic inches are similar between the alcohol and the diesels, especially with the modern day turbos we got from all these guys that are building these wild turbos and fuel pumps, they're getting closer to horsepower ranges alcohol tractors got. But when you can't run a 4-charger 466 John Deere International or Alice Chalmers against a 650 cubic inch V8
No.
903 Cummins. It's just it's just not going to
You're
happen.
asking for it right there.
But, yeah, it's just apples and oranges. But yeah, hope the best for all groups out there in Badger State. Look forward to working with some of you guys as we get farther up around Independence, Iowa. I know that's a big week for us. Between Opals, you guys we got Independence, and then everybody runs over to Freeport. I guess we're looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to let you go here. We got Scott Vivian coming up with the ISP Pullers. We're going to chat with them for a few moments, and I'm sure we'll be talking soon here, Klint, and working over our schedules as well. So thanks for taking time, and so yeah, go ahead.
Well, I thank everything you and Jason do for us. We really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing everybody this weekend. And I told several, if it rains us out the first night, we'll have something for you to do in the pit area, and we'll go the next night. Yeah,
with Jason being down there, you just never know what's going to end up happening. So.
I told them we had our official mascot with us.
Yeah.
And they said, well, that might be worth the drive down there just to spend a little time with Jason. Said,
if anything, you should just promote that Jason Schultz is going to be there, and he
is the. I think he's the Rodney Dangerfield of tractor pulling now.
Yes, I think that's a good title for him, and yes, for sure.
All right, you guys take care. Thanks a million for all the help.
No problem. That's Klint.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Klint Tucker with the PPL Western Series, and great chat there as always as they get set for a busy weekend down in Missouri. They'll be down in Milan, Missouri on Friday night with the Show Me Shootout, and then they'll be over in Mosley, Missouri on Saturday night with a great lineup of classes. ProPolling.com, and if you head over to the Western Series tab, you'll find their full schedule. I counted 27 hooks on tap for the 2017 season, and their first two get underway this weekend. So we're going to get Scott Vivian. That's up next on our busy night of Let's Grow Pulling. I'm Ryan Zolik. Thanks for tuning in on this 22nd of May already. We're going to switch gears here, and we're going to head back north into northern Illinois territory as we get Scott Vivian on the line tonight. So again, if anyone tuned in, let us know where you're going to be at. Maybe you're going to be heading over to the PPL Western Series. A lot of pulls as well for here in Wisconsin. I'm sure across the upper Midwest and across the Midwest as well. Memorial Day weekend, a lot of festivals going on. This hard to believe. We're already heading into Memorial Day weekend. So again, we're going to be talking with Scott Vivian here. He is president of the ISP Pullers and a great sponsor. They got on board with us here at Let's Grow Pulling right away, so we want to thank them. They just released their 2017 schedule the other day over on Facebook, so we'll kind of chat about that and any big news coming up. So,
hello.
Hey, Scott. Ryan Zolik here with Let's Grow Pulling. How are you tonight?
Not too bad. How are you doing, Ryan?
Pretty good. Thanks for taking time with us on this Monday night. Kind of give us an update as we get a little bit closer to the 2017 season. I believe you guys just released your schedule yesterday on Facebook. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We released it yesterday. We're just, I guess, a month from yesterday will be our first event, actually, the 21st of June there.
Yep, Cambridge, Illinois.
First poll.
Yes. So it's
Cambridge.
coming up. What's that?
I say Cambridge, Illinois.
Yep. Yes. Yep. I was just looking at it right now on your Facebook page, and That 30 days will come up pretty fast, won't it?
It's coming up real fast. Just real fast. We got a lot to do to prepare for the season. As far as ISP goes, me personally, I got a lot to do to get this new tractor built that I'm building for this year. So yeah, it's getting interesting, and I haven't. We're still farming. I haven't planted anything yet because of the rain. So
yeah, I think
it's pretty interesting.
Everyone's been. I was just talking with Klint and then Pat Mosley, who puts on a pull down in Missouri that's coming up on Friday, and they know all about the rain as well. So I don't think no one's been short on rain this year so far.
Yeah, I think everybody feels the pain this year.
Yeah, so unfortunately, hopefully it doesn't go the other way, like south, pretty fast. That's the problem,
Yeah, yes, it does.
Can dry up pretty fast too.
Yeah.
So, like we talked about, June 21st will be your guys' first poll coming up, and lot of you guys have a pretty jam-packed there once you get going on the 21st, so quite a few events lined up in a row, and I know you guys hit a lot of pretty much all across northern Illinois there.
Yeah, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin. It gets, we got Cambridge, and then right at the beginning of July, I believe there's two that are together. We got Morse, and then Wyoming.
I know that I always hear good things about the Wyoming poll for you guys. That seems like one of the bigger events for you, or one of the well-known events. So I see a lot of posts, a lot of people excited about that poll normally.
Yeah, it's a enjoy going down there, and they're nice to work with down there, and we always have a good time here, right in the heart of tractor pulling country down there. So they treat us well, and we like going there. We like going to all of our events. I mean,
sure.
I don't want to pick one out,
No, I wasn't singling one out either. I was just knowing because I don't get to hit too many of your guys' events, but I just know from posting on Facebook and a lot of fan reactions that they normally have a good time there. So.
Yep. Yeah, and throughout the year you'll have the ones where the tractor guys like a pole better than the truck guys,
sure.
And vice versa. So that's what makes it unique. And as board members, we try to please everybody as hard as that can be.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure you guys hit quite a few, with the county fairs and festivals across northern Illinois, and of course, you are in southern Wisconsin a few times. Looks like you're going to be at the Cheat City Challenge in Monroe. Is that what I'm seeing correctly on the schedule this year? So that's really exciting.
Yep.
So that's a very big poll and a great combo class that the Andersons put on, and got a chance to go last year. So two good tracks there, and really looking forward. I guess I'll get to see you guys then, hopefully, as long as the weather cooperates that weekend. But that'll be the probably one of the few events get to see some of the ISP pullers for the first time. So
sure. Well, we got the Shapir Days. I'm trying to think what date that is. I believe that's right at the end of June. That might be. I'm on the road here. I'm at a disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. Yep, I'm looking at it right now. So June 24th will be Shapir. So that's your third hook. Well, so you're at Cambridge 2 nights, and then your third technically hook. So you follow Cambridge there. Then, so that will be the last Saturday in June, I believe, if I'm off the top of my head. So.
Yeah, and we were up there last year, and that's a real nice poll. They all treats us, rolls out the red carpet for us, and then nice place.
Nice little town there. Now, I've never been through Shapir, but I know it's a nice little area over there. So. Yeah,
and it's just a good time, good place to pull trucks and tractors. So looking forward to all these if we can get everything ready.
Yes, hopefully the weather. That's always the tricky part this time of year because, I think we were on the wet side a little bit, not as much as this year, but we were a little bit on the wet side last year, and then it kind of worked out not too bad throughout the summer. So if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think we had 3 events last year that canceled because of rain, and that's probably the most we've had in my memory anyhow. So hopefully we don't have a repeat of that.
But that's still not a bad number with all the hooks I was looking at, for cancellation. I mean, I didn't count the number of hooks, but it looks like you're in at least the 20 range, for numbers. Just looking at the schedule.
Yeah,
I didn't count it straight down.
And I think 28. I think there's 28 or 29 events.
Sure.
If I recall correctly. Yep. So yeah, it keeps us busy.
Yeah, and you're gonna be jam packed because you guys do start a little bit later than some of the other organizations, and so you guys really pack it in there. But I think a lot of the festivals across your neck of the woods is in that July area and in August and September. Yep. So always a great time of year, and you're definitely not short on events in that neck of the woods. I know that for sure.
Yeah, and then in August is definitely our busy month there. It's crazy, and that's what we do in August. Just go to tractor pull and truck pull and don't go to sleep very much.
Yeah, our super fan Chuck says that you need to get her done there with your tractor. So.
yeah. So no, we're looking forward to it. We got everybody on the board side of ISP. We're all scrambling here the last minute preparations, insurance and getting the schedules out there, and, getting our rules posted everywhere they need to be posted. And we're a little bit behind on some of that, but we should have that done this week. I have it on our website, and we'll keep updating on Facebook and our website if things change or if we get a new event. And there's still a chance there's one out there hanging in there that we might get. So.
Well, you always have. I always know organizations always have that one or two events that are like always on the borderline on what they want to do, and of course, it all depends on sponsorships on their end and stuff. So, but
exactly. So yeah, it's looking good. I believe our numbers are going to be really good in the classes this year. And
did you guys pick up any vehicles that you know off the top of your head, or that you know of, or anything new coming up for the ISP pullers? I know you're working on a tractor as we speak, and I don't know. Are you redoing one, or is this brand new?
Well, I'm going to move to the 5,000 pound class.
Okay.
With a basically it's like it'd be like Klint Truckers Pro Field down there.
Okay, sure.
Gordyville, only making away 5,000 pounds. And gonna run it with the NA tractor.
Okay, so okay.
So yeah, it's been interesting building this thing. To say the least. To take away 5,000 pounds. We're getting there, and it should be out. It should be out. So,
that's kind of the toughest part there. That's pretty light for any and any bigger tractors, or in trying to get is a combo a diesel and natural aspirate, or is it all naturally aspirate class?
Well, how's that?
The 5,000, your 5,000 pound.
We got the 5,000 natural aspirated super stocks, which are the ones some of our guys come up to the event there in Richland Center.
Okay.
The Simpsons brought a couple, and Kenny Mertzman brought one. They run them in the 5 and the 7, and they run pretty. I got my work cut out for me. I'm trying to go run with them guys, so we'll see what happens.
Yes, I know. They're always a unique class because you never the sheet metals alone. I mean, they're very beautiful looking tractors, nostalgic looking tractors that you don't really get to see too often anymore. Yeah,
and they're good. They've always pulled NA stuff, and they're good at what they do, and they prove that when they go play in somebody else's sandbox. They usually sometimes don't get invited back. So. Whether that's a good thing or bad, I don't know. But it makes them feel good for that day. So.
Yes, it does. And I know that's been probably one of the standout classes for you guys for a long time, is that naturally aspirated class. You guys have been really tough.
Yeah.
I think it always used to be kind of, as a kid, I think I kind of remember, when Badger State kind of had that class too. You guys would kind of go back and forth, if I remember right, as a kid. That was a pretty popular class back in the day, and I know it's still pretty strong in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, and believe me, they're finding more power in them every year, and at 5,000 pounds, we're getting some pretty crazy rides. Somewhat like the light supers. You're not going as fast, but they're getting unpredictable where they're going to go, and that's what the people that buy the tickets want to see. They want to see some excitement.
And
so,
that class is it unlimited cubes for you guys too? For that class?
Yeah, for the NAs it's unlimited cubes, unlimited RPMs.
Okay.
Yes, it is. So.
Yes.
So use your imagination and your checkbook, and you can go places.
I think that's what makes those classes really fun, because you really can go out of the box and find unique tractors and different motors and different combinations of trying to, and you really don't know where everyone else is too, because it's we're pretty much open except that 5,000 pound there, and so that kind of helps limit, or helps kind of even the field out probably a little bit there at the 5,000 pound mark.
Yeah, and it shows that there's a lot of ingenuity goes in. You can only fit so much, only turn so much rotating mass inside of a crankcase. There's only so much room in there, and a lot of ingenuity goes into them, and I like it. It's unique, and they're good at what they do, and the people like to watch it. That's
great, because that really if for anyone that maybe that doesn't really get a chance maybe to go to the ISB poll, or if you're looking at the schedule and you see them, you're definitely going to see a variety of classes that you guys offer. With the nostalgia classes, that 5,000 and 7,000 pound class, all the way up to your guys' super stock class, and of course you have the gas trucks and the diesel trucks as well, and some great tractor classes. So you really do have a wide variety of a little bit of everything for everyone.
Yes, and that's we've worked on that the last, I don't know, we've added, in the last 5 years, we've added a couple different classes, the Too Hot to Farm tractors. That's a real popular one. People connect with them, and we had a strong running of stock tractors, and they were getting, I guess you'd say out of hand a little bit for being stock tractors. So the guys come to the board and wanted to start this Too Hot to Farm class, and it's just been a success. I think they got the most polls out of any of the classes actually this year.
No, I believe it, because it's even up here. We have a little bit different rule settings. I know some of them last year from Monroe kind of combined with what was called Pro Farm up here in one of the local classes, and it was a little bit different setting, but it was fun seeing them mix in with what we have Pro Farm up here, and they put on a great show. I think there was at least 5 or 6 that came up to Monroe last year, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even more in that class.
And they run with the South Central guys. They run the class together, but we keep the points and everything separate, for each group. And it's that's interesting, because they're on any given day, either one of them could win. And the rules are just enough different that they run about the same, but they do have different rules. And one day, one might have the advantage over the other, or vice versa. So it works good, and we really do enjoy working with them guys. Paul. Paul there from Shapiro, he put that together last year, and then John Anderson did there at the Pro in the fall. We run them that way, and they good time. Everybody got along, and at the end of the day, everybody was friends.
Did you have a few events where they came down into Illinois at all, or did just a couple times up here? I don't remember if
we did not last year. We did not last year. I think some of our guys will go to their events. Sure. If they're not pulling with us. Yeah. I think our schedules overlap quite a bit.
Yeah, it's probably pretty hard to make something work with that time of the year with July and August, stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin, the tractor pulls have it pretty saturated in July and August. Yes. You can usually find one about any day of the week.
You're not light on any pulling across that neck of the woods up here. So it just all depends on, I guess, what you want to see, and you definitely get a good choice to pick from depending on the night and the day.
Yep. And our organization's spread out enough. Like every fair we go to, it's somebody's hometown, or a couple people's hometown. So that's pretty neat too. We get a piece to them, and have. So every event, somebody's got a connection somewhere, and that brings more people into the stands. And that's what it takes to keep the thing alive. So.
Yeah, absolutely,
and pays the bills.
Yep.
At the end of the year.
Yeah, and keeps these organizations going, and that's the same for up here and all the organizations between South Central and Badger State and Southwest Pullers. Pretty much every event is going to have it's mainly due to a local puller getting that club or organization in there, and that's what makes it great too, is that local flair at each event.
Yeah, and so it's that's what it's all about. And you guys are, I can't say enough what you guys are doing for the sport either. I really believe that it's helping us out, helping you guys out. So,
we want to thank you too. You jumped on right away with us, and we couldn't thank you enough for that. And we'll be right along with you throughout the summer and helping you get the word out about your upcoming events and hopefully try and get as much people as we can at each event. So.
Yeah, I want to bring the bus to a couple of polls.
Yeah.
I want to. Jason, you and Brandon.
Yes. Yeah, we had it out last week, and we were over at a cancer benefit, and that was an interesting ride. Jason was driving, so you never know what you're going to get. So when he's the driver.
Jason said we might have to take up a gas fund for it to get down that far, so we'll see what we got to do.
I'm sure if we can squeeze in the schedule, we'll definitely try to get that bus down to one of the events over there. So maybe we can at least get over to the Cheese City Challenge, in Monroe, and I know some of the polls are just across the border too, so not too far down. Looking at that,
Winnebago. Yep. We're at Winnebago with our trucks. The one night that's not too far. Across the border, of course, Belvedere and Woodstock and all them, they're not too terrible far across the border. And then we get the Wisconsin guys coming down and supporting us, And
and you guys come up, your trucks come up quite a bit too, when they can with the diesel trucks. And so we always thank them. Yep, in the Pro Farm. We always love seeing those guys come up and battling with us up here, and anytime the schedule fits, so. I know it gets pretty busy later on in the season, but I know early on, since you start a little bit later, we see a few of the diesel trucks and the Pro Farm guys come up, and that's always a great addition. We always enjoy having them.
Yep. Well, and that's it's the end of nobody's getting rich doing this, but if everybody can enjoy themselves, that's what it takes.
I really, I think even more now than ever before, you do see more of that cross group. Whenever pullers can, just to kind of support all the different organizations out there. I think we're really starting to see that more and more.
Yep. There's some camaraderie amongst the pullers, which that's really good for the sport.
Yep.
And everybody can get their rules kind of similar, where they're close enough so they can all run together. It'd be great.
That's always a challenge, of course, but.
Yes, it is. No, but I think we're heading there at a lot of places. Things are getting more common on this rural side of things, and it opens up the doors to a lot of opportunities that have never been out there before. And we can sure put together a heck of a show when you get them all together.
Yeah, I always love seeing because you get that kind of in-state rivalries going on, and I think in the crowd as well likes to see that, and just another aspect to the sport when you can get different competitors from different states to. Make their way to the events, especially between Illinois and Wisconsin, of course. So that long-time rivalry going on. So even in polling, of course.
Packers all the way.
Yep. Yes, because I know you get some of the gas trucks. In Elkhorn later on in the season, they always come up and support us for that poll and enjoy seeing their vehicles there and. Any of the closer events along the border, and I believe Sauk, we get early on too. They come up and support the Children's Hospital, which is always thank them for that.
Yeah. Well, like I say, if time allowed, I'm sure we'd intermix them a lot more.
Yeah.
Come the middle of July till the end of August, things get pretty tight for us. We're on overload then, so we're looking forward to it. I think we're gonna have a good season if the weather will cooperate at all with us. like I say, looking for a good year. Everything's looking good for us, and so yeah, we'll see how it goes and keep you up to date. And,
absolutely, and for anyone that wants to find out more information, IlliniStatePullers.com, on Facebook as well. Check out the schedule; they just got up yesterday. Another great schedule for the ISP Pullers. They're going to be, if you're going to be in the northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin area throughout the summer, definitely check them out. They have a great class lineup. A lot of great county fairs they'll be hitting, and we'll be checking back in with you, Scott, probably right before that first hook, and just get one more update before you really start hitting the road hard.
Sure. Well, appreciate that, and we'll keep you informed. Just like you say, check out our Facebook page and our website, and we'll keep the updates as current as we can. So.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure once you'll be getting that up on the website soon. But right now, check out the Facebook page and the schedule's there for now. And you guys do have a great website, and that'll be updated soon for all those interested. And of course we'll keep posting if you anything you send us, flyers, stuff like that. Of course, for polls, we'll definitely be spreading the word here on the Beer Money Pulling Team Facebook page.
Sure, and I will be sending you videos and stuff as our events go on.
And I know Brandon will be at quite a few as well throughout the summer. I believe he's going to try and hit a little bit more than what he did last year. So we'll have some great video from you guys as well for some winter entertainment. So
yeah, it's like I say, we're looking forward to everything, and hope you can make it down to a few of our events.
Yes.
And, well, looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Scott, for taking some time, and we'll be talking to you real soon.
All right. Thank you, Ryan.
Sounds good. That's Scott Vivian with us tonight here on the Beer Money Pulling Team. Let's Grow Pulling Live, talking about the Illini State Pullers, their upcoming 2017 schedule. They're a great sponsor here on Let's Grow Pulling Live. Facebook, the Illini State Pullers, you can search them. A great schedule coming up. Their first poll will be June 21st in Cambridge, Illinois, 2 nights there, and then they'll round out the weekend in Shapiro, Wisconsin. That will be a Saturday morning over in Shapiro before they hit the road hard in July. So I hope you guys had a great evening of Let's Grow Pulling Live. We had Pat Mosley with the Show Me Shootout. That's coming up this Friday night down in Milan, Missouri. Sorry for, saying that wrong the whole night there. So 6 great Western Series classes. That kicks off their 2017 season. 7 o'clock sharp. Gates open at 4. That's in Milan, Missouri. The Sullivan County Expo Center, where they'll be featuring 95 limited pro stocks, 85 limited pro stocks, super modified two-wheel drive trucks, pro mod 4-wheel drive trucks, limited pro diesel trucks, and the lightweight super stock tractors. And, of course, the PPL Western Series will hit up Mosley, Missouri, Saturday night with the Western Series. So they have a double booking this weekend for Memorial Day weekend. So if you're going to be down in that neck of the woods, definitely want to check those out. 7 o'clock start time as well. That will be at the Randolph County Raceway. Find out more information at the propolling.com website. That'll be under schedules and Western Series. You click on the full view full schedule as well. And that got a chance to talk with Klint Tucker. And of course, we just talked with Scott Vivian and the ISP Pullers, the Illini State Pullers up in northern Illinois. So hope you have a great rest of your night. Stay tuned. Coming up on the Badger State Tractor Pulling Facebook page, we'll be live with Mark Tomford and the Addiction 3.0 Limited Pro Stock Diesel Truck. We'll chat with him as we got to see him a couple weeks ago at the Motorsports Mayhem Test and Tune. He had a great run to take first place there, and we'll be looking forward to the 2017 season. He was our runner-up on the Badger State Tractor Pulling Circuit, so that's who we'll be chatting with in just a little bit. We'll get things switched over, so have a great rest of your Monday night, and we'll see you next Monday. We'll see if Jason will be here. We don't know. It all depends on his schedule, but we'll have a great show lined up for you. And, of course, we'll be recapping a busy weekend and pulling across the country as well. So, again, for Jason Schultz, I'm Ryan Zolik saying have a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you next Saturday night. Next Monday night, that's for sure. Next Monday night, 7 o'clock right here on the Beer Money Pulling Team Facebook page.
go on endeavor.